Hello again, Top of the Nun here. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up a test server on your own computer so that way you can test plugins, do whatever you want on your test server. So let's just go ahead and get started. You're going to want to go back to the dl.bukkit.org website and download the most recent beta build of CraftBukkit. You can either do that by clicking on this beta build option here. We're going to alternate versions and then choosing beta build here. After you've downloaded that, which depending on your internet speed could take 30 seconds to however much time. So after you've done that, you want to create a folder somewhere. Mine's on my desktop, and you want to have that be your test server folder. So whenever your download is finished, you want to drag the CraftBukkit jar into your folder. Hopefully my download will be finished momentarily. There it is. You want to drag that into your Bukkit folder, and you want to rename it to something like CraftBukkit.jar. If you're wondering how to make it so that way you can see the extension of the file, with Windows 7 it's really easy. Just go to Organize, Folder and Search Options, View, and then it's you uncheck this Hide Extensions for Known File Types. It's really easy. Alright, so I highly recommend having a program like Notepad++ installed for this next part. It's a really awesome piece of software that makes this next part really easy. You're going to want to right click inside your Bukkit folder and create a new file and call it server.bat if you're on Windows. You're going to want to edit that with Notepad++ or Notepad or whatever your preferred editing software is. And so you're going to have this empty file here that we're going to do stuff in just a second. Then you want to go to wiki.bukkit.org, and it'll take you to this main page place here. You want to look over here on Server Administrators and see Setting Up a Server. You want to click that, and you'll see Windows. We're already going through that, and then you want to take this right here, Java, that. That doesn't have to make sense to you quite yet. I'll explain what this does. When you run this file by double clicking on it, it runs the CraftBukkit.jar right here from your folder. So if I double clicked the server.bat, it would run this CraftBukkit.jar with a maximum amount of memory of 1 gigabyte. So there's that. And then when I tell the server to stop, it'll pause so I can control if the window closes automatically or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and start that up for the first time real quick. And it's going to say loading libraries, please wait, and this giant wall of text is going to appear momentarily, and it's going to create all of the files for Minecraft and stuff. Alright, so now that that's done, there are a couple of different things that you can do to make sure that your server isn't god-awfully slow, like going into your server.properties file and changing allow nether to false, and going into your bukkit.yml and changing allow end to false. What that does is it prevents the nether and the end from being created, so that way you only ever have to deal with having one world loaded, which improves the performance of your server tremendously. So what you have now is you have a working test server where if you put a plugin jar in here in your plugins folder, it will automatically load it and you can configure it and do whatever you want to do with your plugins. So that's how you create a working Bukkit test server on your own computer. I hope this was useful for you, and I'll see you in a few minutes when I show you how to turn the plugin we started creating into an actual jar.